viewers, welcome to Mobilemaths with Gamchirai. So today I want us to look at Zimsec Paper 2 of November 2016 June. Okay, so let's go to our number 1. So our number 1 is saying simplify that. So what you can do, you can write the first part here as a improper fraction. So you are going to multiply 7 by 2 and then add plus 1 there. Okay, so let's do that. When we do that, we find 7 times 2, that's 14. So we have 14 plus a 1 all over 2, then plus half times 2 times 8 minus 2, like that. So here we have 15 over 2 plus a half times a 8 minus 2, like that. So you find that a lot of people have confusion whether to use BOMDAS or BODMAS. Okay, so in our case, you find out this is where we have to solve first. We have to decide, are we going to solve that part first or not? Looking at BOMDAS, you find out you multiply before dividing. Looking at BODMAS, you divide before multiplying. Yet we don't have division on both cases. So we are going to multiply, then we add, then we subtract. It's the same for all the two. So we are going to multiply half by 8. When we multiply half by 8, we get, so this is going to be 15 over 2 plus half times 8, we get a 4 minus 2, like that. So if I want, I can write my 15 over 2 as 7.5 plus 4 minus 2. So you find out you get 7.5 plus 4, you get 11.5. Then minus a 2, you get yourself a 9.5. So if you want, you cannot write 9.5, you can write 9.5. Then you have simplified. Why? Because our question was also in fraction. Let's move on. Now we are looking at lowest common multiple. So what you do, I normally recommend my student to do what we call long division. So we can divide, we can have for 60 and also for 80. So I'll have for 60 here and for 80 here. Okay, so for 60, you find out the lowest common factor that can go into that one using prime numbers is 2. 2 into 60, we have 30. 2 into 30 again goes there, 50. Then the next one, we can no longer use 2, so we're going to use 3. 3 into 15, that's a 5. 5 into 5, we get a 1. So meaning for 60, we have got factors 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, let's look for 80. What do we have? 2 can go into 80, so that will be 2 into 80. That's sorry, this was not 80, this is 84. Sorry for that. That is 84. So these are some of the mistakes that we can make in the exam. So 2 into 84, that's 42 here. Then 2 into 42, that's 21. No 2 can go there, so we can use now 3. 3 into 20 is 1, that's a 7. 7 into 7, a 1. So the factors for 84, they are 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. Okay, like that. Okay, so now to find our lowest common multiple, we like take everything. We are going to take everything. If I take 2 times 2, is the same here. So I've taken everywhere. So I can write 2 times 2 times 3. Then I'll take a 5 there, then times 5 here. Then I'll also have to take a 7 here, then that will be times 7. So at the end of the day, if you multiply this, you get yourself 420. So our lowest common multiple for 60 and 84 is 420. You find out if you are to divide 420 divided by 60, you will get a 7. If you divide again 420 by 84, you get a 5, meaning to say all the numbers can get into that number, lowest common multiple. Let's move on. We have a question here. Mary, Peter, and John, they are sharing $500 in the ratio. So what it basically means, this ratio here, it goes hand in hand with the names. So we have Mary, Peter, and John. Okay, so it will be 3s to 2s to 5, like that. So that's what it means there. Then they are asking, Mary uses part of her share to buy a pair of shoes costing $30. Okay, then they are saying calculate Mary's share. So Mary's share is going to be 3 over, we find the total of the ratio, 3 plus 2 plus 5, that's a 10. So if for Mary's share is going to be 3 over 10 times the amount that is going to be shared, which is $500. So you find out here we've got 3 times 50, we get ourselves $150. So that's our answer there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So now they are asking us, calculate the percentage of Mary's share that is left. So we said Mary is going to use $30 out of $150. So she's going to use $30. So we can say the amount that is left is going to be $150 minus $30. So that is $120 there. So this is the amount that is left, but we want it as a percentage of her money. So it is going to be 120 over the total there, 150. Okay, then we multiply by 100% because we want it as a percentage. So this is going to be 12 divided by 15 times 100. So it's the same as 80%. This you can simplify, you get yourself 80%. Okay, let's move on to the next question. They are saying factorize completely 4c squared plus 12c n. Okay, so for this question, you find out we have a common factor there of 4 and of c. If we take out here a 4c, will remain with, so we are taking out 4c, will remain here with c, plus for here we take out 4, it will be like 12 divided by 4, that's a 3, so we remain with 3 n. Okay, so we have completely factorized. So our answer is 4c plus 3n. It's 1 mark, so we don't have to sweat much. Let's move on to the next one. This one, we are also going to factorize completely. So this is, you can use grouping. So for this part and also for that part. Okay, so for the first part, then I can take out a common factor of k and I'll remain with a k plus an h. Okay, then for the next part, I can take out a p, then I'll remain with the same box here, with the same factors there. So I'll remain with k plus h. So I'm going to take out minus p then. Now that I have common brackets there, I can write and say my factors are k minus p and k plus h. These are the factors. Then you write your answer k minus p, k plus h, like that. 2 marks. Let's move on to number B then. They are saying solve for this equation. So you find out here on the left side we've got a fraction, and on the right side we don't have a fraction. So what we do, we multiply both sides by 3 over 1. By 3 over 1. That way the 3 here, this 3 and this 3 cancels off each other and will remain with 12 minus y is now equal to, on the right side we'll have a 5 minus 2y multiplying by 3 there. This 3 that we have multiplied everywhere, 3 over 1 is the same as 3. Now we can remove the brackets and we have here 12 minus y is equal to 15 minus 6y. I can take the 6 this side because it is more negative there and it becomes a positive that side. So I'll have 6y minus y is equal to, I take my 12 this side, it becomes 15 minus 12. So I have here 5y is equal to a 3. To get my y, I divide everything by 5. So my value for y is going to be 3 over 5. That is the value for our y. Let's move on. Now we are on number 2C. We are given that mass m grams of a solid is inversely proportional to its volume V. Okay, so they are saying find the formula that is connecting. Sometimes they can say formula, they can say law, they can say relationship that connects M and V. It's one and the same thing. Okay, so let's solve that part there. So you find out M is inversely proportional. When they say inversely, it's 1 over V like that. Then to remove our sign of proportion there, we introduce a constant. I'm going to use K. So this is going to be M is equals to K over V. Okay. Then I use the values that I'm given. I'm given M is 3.5 and V is 4 there. So I have my 3.5 is equal to K over 4 there. Okay, so my K value is going to be K is equal to, this is a 4 here, sorry, this is a 4. Okay, so my K value is going to be 3.5 times a 4, and we get our K as 14. But that is not the last of it. So to write the relationship, we write this including the K is equals to 4. So our relationship is, our formula is equal to M is equals to 14 over V. We are done. Now let's move on to the next part of the question. It's now saying find the value of M when V is equal to 6. So we are using the same relationship or formula or law there. So we are saying M is equals to 14 over V. Then we substitute what we are given. We are given V is 6. So M is going to be equal to 14 over 6. So you find out our M is going to be equal to 2.33333. The 3 are going on, they are recurring. So you can even write it as M is equals to 2.3 with a dot there, meaning to say it is a recurring value. Or else, if you want, you can even write it as a fraction, 2 and a third there. Now let's make x the subject of formula for that equation. We have wx squared is equal to n. So if we want to have x, we are going to remove w first. We divide both sides, and they are going to cancel off each other on this left side, and we remain with x squared is equal to n over w. To remove the squared then, I can multiply everything by half. Okay, so I multiply here by half, such that the half on this one here, on the 2 on this one is the same as 2 over 1, and they cancel off each other and we get our x. Then this half here is the same as square root. So we can say our x is equals to square root of n over w. Okay, even if you leave it as n over w to the power of half, it's the same thing. Okay, let's move on. Now we are on question number 3. They are saying on this diagram, we have got LMN is 90 degrees, MN is equals to x centimeters, ML x plus 3 centimeters, and LN is 7 centimeters. Then they are saying form an equation in x that shows that it reduces to that form there. Okay, so you find out for this, I can think of many things, but the easiest thing that I can think of is the Pythagoras theorem. So for my Pythagoras theorem, this is my hypotenuse, this is my opposite. So I can say 7 squared is equal to x squared plus x plus 3 squared. That's the Pythagoras theorem there. 7 squared, we get 49, is equal to x squared plus this, I expand this, I'll get x plus 3 and x plus 3. I'm simplifying step by step there. So I'll have 49 is equals to x squared plus x squared plus 3x there, plus 3x and plus a 9 there, like that. Now I can simplify the x squared together, the x is there together, so I have 49 is equal to 2x squared plus a 6x here plus a 9. I can take the 49 this side and have 49, okay, now it says 0 there. 0 is equals to 2x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 49. So you find out this will go to 0 is equals to 2x squared plus 6x, then minus 40 there. Okay. And if you look at our given equation there, it is in the form of x squared. So I can divide everything by 2 and we get our reduced format there. Okay. So that's how we find that equation. Let's move on to the next part of the question. So now they are saying solve this equation. Let's solve this equation. And the way they are asking us the question, they are saying correct it to 2 significant figures, meaning to say you don't have to stress yourself to find factors. It means you just go and use your quadratic equation formula straight away. So our quadratic formula says x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is my a, this is my b, this is my c. Okay, so this is going to be equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 20 there, all over 2 by 1. Okay, so I'll get here minus 3 plus or minus square root of 89 all over 2. And this gives me, this is going to give me x is equals to minus 3 plus or minus 9.4339 over 2, or it's going to give me x is equals to minus 3 minus 9. So this is going to be a plus here. I should just have written a plus here. Let's just write a plus there. So this is just a plus, no minus there. Okay, minus 9.4339 all over 2. So you find out, if you do your maths, for your x values, you get 3.2 and minus 6.2, like that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Then they're saying, hence calculate the perimeter of the triangle LMN. So you find out we just calculated the values of x there. We have 3.5, 3.2 and minus 6.2. We cannot use a negative there. We are going to use a positive. So our x value, we are taking 3.2. Let's go to our triangle and now find the perimeter there. Okay, so our perimeter is going to be, for every x value, we are putting 3.2. So this is going to be 3.2. Here it's going to be 3.2 plus 3. So our perimeter is equal to 7 plus 3.2 plus 3.2 plus a 3. So the perimeter is equal to 16.4 centimeters. That's our perimeter there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. On our next question, we are saying a Form 4 class has 40 pupils. All of them were asked whether they would like to study mathematics or physics after Form 4. So these are the results on the Venn diagram. M is representing mathematics, P is representing physics. Then they are saying find n of m up. So basically what this means is we want to find number of mathematics students union physics student. Okay, so it's like we want to find the students who are going to be doing mathematics and those who are going to be doing physics. So you find out the number there is going to be equal to 6 plus 25 plus a 5. So this is going to be a 36 then. Okay, then let's move on to the next one. It's saying find the number of people who do not like either subject, who do not like mathematics or physics. You find out we had 40 students. So basically the number of students who don't like maths or physics is going to be 40 minus those who want physics and maths, which is 36. So we get a 4 there. Okay. Then the last part of this question is saying find n of m dash there, np. So what this means is that we want to find the number of students who do not do mathematics intersection those who do physics. So diagrammatically, this is going to be, we are saying students who do not do mathematics, so we are saying those who are outside here, okay, like that, and intersection the p. So this is basically what we are looking for, and you find out we have got 5 here, 5 for physics and also a 4. Remember we have 40 students, so the total number of students who are not doing mathematics intersection p is going to be equal to 4 plus a 5, which is equals to a 9. So that's our final answer there. Now let's go to number 4. Okay, number 4, we are saying we have this diagram. We are given JHK is 97, JKH is 48, KH is 20, JH is 25, and HM is 6 centimeters. Then they are saying find HLM. H is here, L, M, that one. So we want to find this angle. Okay, so how we are going to find that angle is this. We can find here we have got a triangle. That triangle there, sum of angles in a triangle, they add up to 180. So this J here is going to be 180 degrees minus 97 minus 48. Then we get our angle at J, which is equal to a 35 degrees. Okay, so you find out if this one is 35 degrees using the chord of an angle subtended by the same chord. You find out J is subtended by that chord KM, and also L is subtended by the same chord there. Okay, so it is going to be equal to also 35. So our angle here is 35 degrees with that reason that I have given there. Let's move on. Now they are saying name in correct order the triangle which is similar to triangle JKH. Okay, JKH, J. So we are starting with JKH. So you have to give in the same order there. Okay, so you find out the angle, the triangle is going to be equal to L, because we have this 35 here and also 35 there. Then we go to M, which is this K there, and lastly H, they have 97 there. So this is going to be LMH. That's the order of the triangles there. Let's go on to the last part of the question. Okay, it's not the last. They are saying calculate the length of JK. Okay, let's go and calculate the length of JK. Let me rub off this. Length of JK. You find out that for this one, we can use the cosine or the sine rule. Either of the two will give you the correct answer. So for easy, I'm going to just use the cosine rule. We want to find JK. So this is the side that we are looking for. We have this side, we have this side, and we can use this angle. So I can say JK is equal to 20 squared plus 25 squared, then minus 2 times 20. 2 times 20, let me rub off this, times 25, then cos 97 degrees. Okay, then we solve this, we get 400 here plus 625 minus 1000, and cos 97 there is minus 0.12186 there. Okay, so we can solve this and we get JK was squared here, squared is equals to 1146.85. So finding the square root of that, we now get our JK is equal to 33.86. So basically we can say our JK there is 33.9. Okay, so we can write here our JK is 33.9. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the question. JK is 33.9. Okay, now they are asking us calculate the area of the triangle JKH. So this is the triangle that we have, JKH. JKH, like that. This is 20, this is 25, and this is 33.9. We can use the formula of half ABC, half AB sine C. Okay, so this is going to be my sine C there. Okay, 97 degrees. So this is going to be half of 20 times 25. So this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. Okay, times cos 97 degrees. So we get here 10 times 25 times sine 97. I was writing cos here, it's a sine there. This is sine. Okay, so our answer here is going to be 248.136. So you can write to one decimal as 248.1 centimeter square is your final answer there. Okay, let's move on. Now we can also calculate the area of the triangle HLM. Okay, the area of the triangle of HLM, let's go to HLM. Okay, the area of HLM. So this is our triangle H. Let me draw my H. Okay, so HML. Okay, so here we have a 6 here, which was in line with our 25, and we have a 97 here. Okay, then the sides, we don't know the size there. So what we do when we have such a question, we can use ratios. We can use ratios. For the side which is HM, it was also equal to HJ. So this was proportional to like 6:25. So the ratio was going to be, for our area, is going to be 6 over 25 times the area that we calculated, which was 248.1. Okay. So we have times 248.136. I'm going to use the raw number there. So this is going to be equal to 0.24 times 248.16. So we get 59.55. So we can write it as 59.6. So that's the area of the smaller triangle there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Now we are on matrices. We are now on matrices. Okay, so I'm not going to read the matrices. I'll go to the question. Find the value of y for which A is no inverse. So basically, when there is no inverse, what it means the determinant is going to be equal to 0. So determinant of A then, we can say 2 times y, then minus 5 times minus 3 there. Okay, should be equal to a 0. So this is going to be 2y plus a 15 is equals to 0. So our y is equal to minus 7.5 there. Okay, so it's minus 7.5. That's the value of y. Now let's go to the next question. It's asking us to add a and c. Okay, so adding a and c, you find out our a, we can now use the value that we have calculated. We have 2, 5, minus 3, and minus 7.5. Plus c values, they are 5, 2, minus 4, minus 9 there. Okay, so we add corresponding 2 plus 5 there. That's what we do. So we get here a 7. 5 plus minus 4, we get a 1. Minus 3 plus 2, we get a minus 1. Minus 7.5 plus minus 9 there, we get minus 16.5 there. Okay, so this is our final answer there. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is asking us to find the inverse of c. Okay, so for us to get the inverse of c, we can simply say, let's find the determinant of c. So for our c, this is our c. Let me write our c. 5, 2, minus 4, minus 9. Okay, so inverse determinant, we start by determinant, is going to be 5 times minus 9 minus 2 times minus 4 there. Okay, like that. So what do we get there? We'll get minus 45, then plus 8. Okay, so this is going to be minus 45 plus 8, we get 37, minus 37. Okay, so this is minus 37. So our determinant, our inverse is going to be 1 over determinant minus 37 there. Okay, then we write our values. So we interchange 5 and 9 there. So we have minus 9 here and 5. Then we multiply this one by minus and this one by minus. So it's going to be 4 and minus 2 there. So this becomes our inverse there. Lastly, let's find the value of b times c. Let's write our b is minus 4 and 3. Then our c is 5 minus 4, 2 minus 9. Okay, like that. So the first thing that you have to do is to check if you can multiply these two. So this is a 1 by 2 matrix, and this is a 2 by 2 matrix. They are multiplying each other. So when you have 2 by 2 same numbers there, it means you can multiply. Now let's multiply by row by column. So you find out we get minus 4 by 5. Minus 4 by 5, we get minus 20 there, plus 3 by 2, we get plus 6 there. Then we go on to the next one. We have minus 4 by minus 4, we get 16. Then plus 3 by 9 there, we get minus 27. Okay, now let's simplify this. We get minus 20 plus 6, we get minus 14. Then 16 minus 27, we get minus 11 there. So this is our final answer there. Let's go on to the next one. Here we are looking for the value of x. So basically, when we have this question, we can raise our base to the number of 1.5 there. So we are going to say 1.5 we can say x to the power of 1.5 is equal to 27 there. Okay, then 1.5 there is the same as x to the power of 3/2 is equal to 27. Okay, so for me to remove, okay, let me find square root of everything there. If I want to find square root of everything, I can find square root like that. And remember, square root is the same as to the power of half. Okay, so I can rewrite this and have this as x. This is going to be x to the power of 3/2 by 1/2 is equal to 27 to the power of half, like that. Okay, fine. So now, having this on my left side, this becomes x to the power of 3/4. 2 and 2, they multiply each other, we get a 4, is equal to 27 to the power of half. To remove now the 3/2, then I can multiply by the 3/4, I can multiply by 4/3. Here also by 4/3. Okay, such that these cancel off each other, and I'll get my x is equal to, on the left side now, on the right side now, 2 can go into 4 and have 2 there. So my 27 is now equal to the power of 2/3. So I can rewrite this and have x is equals to cube root of 27, then squared inside. So you find out cube root of 27 is 3. 3 squared is equal to a 9. So this is our value there. X is equals to 9. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now we are on construction. So you please be patient with me. I'm going to be drawing this question with my free hand. I don't have the right tools here with me. Okay, so the first part is saying construct triangle ABC with AB is equal to BC, which is 8 centimeters, and an angle at ABC is 60. Okay, so I'll give you the guidelines of how to do it. So basically, we are going to go on B there. So you are going to use your compass. The pointing part there where we have that pin there, you point at B there, where I've highlighted. Then you open your compass. So you don't have to shift it. When you open, then you draw an arc like that from point B. Then you go to this point where it has crossed the line AB, and you draw another arc there such that it forms an arc like this. Okay. Then you can draw a line that is going to go pass through this point and also B. Okay, so we'll have something like that. Oh my God, it's going far away. Something like that. Let's just assume that it is there. Okay, so the angle that we have formed here is 60 degrees. That was the first part of the question. So the second part is saying, okay, we have to finish the triangle. So now we have to measure. You see this AB there is 8 centimeters. We also have to measure from B here to somewhere there, 8 centimeters. So you draw an arc from B. You put your compass at B, the pointing part at B. Then you open 8 centimeters on your ruler. Then, so what happens, you do this. You put a ruler here like this. Then the pointing part there, then you measure to 8 here with your pencil, 8 centimeters. Then that opening, you come out with it this side. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, let's do that together. So we get ourselves our arc at 8 centimeters somewhere there. Then you join. So this is automatically becomes our point C. Then you join A and C there. So if we join, we are going to get this line here. Okay, so this is our triangle ABC. Now we have finished drawing ABC. The next question, they were saying bisect angle ABC. Angle ABC. A, B, and C. So basically what it means, you come at point B, like the same way opening for the 60 degrees, you draw an arc there, an arc there. You go where the arcs has been crossing a line AB and line BC. So you are coming to this point, you draw another arc, you come to this point and you draw another arc. Then you draw yourself a straight line which is going to pass through all the points like that. So this is the bisect of angle ABC. Okay, let's look at the next question. It's now saying mark point N on the bisector of ABC such that BN is 12 centimeters. So you are going to use your ruler again to find the 12 centimeters there. So you find out it's going to be somewhere here. So from B here to this point here. So it's going to be, that will be our B there, our N, sorry. So that is 12 centimeters there. Okay. That's why when you are drawing, you have to have your line long enough so that when you have other extra extensions, it's easy for you to do. Okay, let's move on. The next question is saying complete the quadrilateral AB. So they are saying AB. So this is AB. Let me use it. Yeah, AB there, and BC. So this is our BC there, and then our N like that, and then our A like that. So basically, the quadrilateral that we form there is a kite. Okay, we form a kite. That's the special name of this quadrilateral that we have formed. It's a kite. This is a kite. Okay, then describe fully the locus represented by BN, the bisector that we had there of BN. What you can say there, you can say BN is the locus of points equidistant from AB and also AC. Then you have fully described the locus there. Okay, then they are saying measure the length CN. So the CN that we are looking for is this distance there. So it's now a matter of measuring. Then the other one is the angle BCN. So we want also this angle. So you can do this and you measure this angle there. But it's going to be greater than 60. 120, 130, somewhere there. That's the hint that I can give you. Now let's go on to the next question. Okay, so we are now looking at a vector question now. Okay, so for the first part, it's saying, what is the value of FH? I'm not going to read the question, I'm just going to answer. What is the value of FH? So if you look, FH is this one, and the direction is F to H. The way they have drawn there, F to H. So FH, for you to go from F to H, you use this route, you go via O, then you go via H like that. So our FH, we can say, is equal to FO plus OH. Okay, like that. You find out we are given our OF as a positive from O to F. The moment we say FO, it becomes negative. So this is going to be minus 3P. Okay, plus OH is the same direction. So it's going to be 2Q there. So this is our vector minus 3P plus 2Q like that. Okay, let's move on. Now they are saying find FG. FG we are given is HOH. HOH. Okay, let me rub off this so that we can clearly see what we are doing. Okay, so our FG, this is our FG. We are moving from F to J. And they are saying it's going to be HOH. HOH. So we are taking this part here, OH. So basically, we can have our FG is equal to, we can simply write it as H2QH. This is the value of FG there. Okay. Then OG, let's see OG. OG, where's our OG? OG is O to G like that. So we can move via OF and FG that we have just calculated. Okay. So we have our OG being equal to, now OG is equal to OF plus FG. Okay. So this will give us 3P plus 2QH. So this is the final answer there. Okay. Now let's have another question. They are now saying FW is equals to KFH. Okay, FW is equals to KFH. We've calculated FH before, so we are simply going to multiply that value by our K. So our FH was equal to, FH was equal to minus 3P plus 2Q. So we multiply this by H. So we can, by K, sorry, it's K there. So we can write our FW as minus 3P plus 2Q by K. We are done. Okay, let's move on. OW, let's go to our diagram. How do we get our OW? Okay, OW is this one. Okay, and you find out we can get our OW using OF and FW. OF and FW, the one that we have just calculated, FW. Okay, so let's rewrite this. So you find out our OW is going to be equal to OF plus FW. Okay, so this is going to be equal, OF is 3P, it's just 3P plus minus 3P, this one, plus 2QK. 2QK is multiplying everything. So simplifying this, we are going to get, let's simplify. This is 3P plus, so it's now going to be minus there, minus 3P K there, then plus 2QK there. Okay, so the P is there. P is our vector, so we can simply write 3P 1 minus K, then plus 2QK. That's our final answer there. Okay, so let me rewrite it there so that we will use it later on. So our answer is 3P 1 minus K plus 2QK there. That's our answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. It's now asking us, or we are given now, that OWS to OG is 2:3. Okay, then they are saying express OW in terms of, so it means we are going to use this ratio that we have been given there. Okay, so let's use this ratio that we have been given. OW is equal to that. Okay, so you find out to get OW, we can say it is going to be, to get OW, it is going to be equal to the ratios here with relation to OG. We calculated our OG as 3P plus 2QH. Okay, our OG there, this one. We calculated our OG there. Okay, so that's the one that we are using our ratio for. Okay, so we get our OW is going to be 3, it's going to be 2. So our OW is total ratio of these ones is going to be, it's going to be 3/5 there of OG there. Okay, so our OW is equal to 3/5 total of our ratios by OG, which is 3P plus 2QH. Okay, so this is the value that we can write for our OW. Okay, so this is our OW, 3/5, 3P plus 2QH. Okay, like that. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is now saying find the value of H and the value of K. So basically you find out we have written or calculated a number of OWs there. We have this OW, we have also this OW. So what we do when we have such questions, we take the vectors, we say these vectors, OWs, are identical. So their scalars which are multiplying them, the Q and the P, we are also going to be equal. So we equate them together. Okay. So in this case, I can equate and say, taking the ones with the P's there, you see I've got the P's here, I've got the P here. So I can take for the P's there and have And I can have 1 minus k is equals to 3 over 5. This 1 minus k is equals to 3 over 5 because I've taken 3p here and 3p here. So they are equal. So I can say 1 minus k is equal to 3 over 5. Okay, so my k is equal to, my k is going to be equal to 1 minus 3 over 5. So k is equals to 2 over 5. So that's the value of k. Then the value of h then, I can take also for the q's. Taking for the q's, I have 2k here, I have 2h there. Okay, and it's multiplying by a 2 over 3 there. So at the end of the day, my h is going to be k is equal to h by 3 over 5. This 3 over 5, this one here. Okay, so k by h is going to be equal to, I multiply both sides by 5 over 3 by 5 over 3 there. So my h is going to be 5 over 3, the value of k that I've calculated there, which is times 2 over 5, like that. Okay, so at the end of the day, my h value is going to be, the 5 cancels off each other, and my h is going to be 2 over 3. So my value of h is 2 over 3, and my value of k is 2 over 5. So those are the values there. Now let's go to the last part of the question of our vector. So the last part of the question is saying that our FW over our WH, there is a numerical value there. You find out our FW, we got our FW, we calculated it somewhere. Let me see FW, this one. So this is our FW there. And we substitute our K, which we said our K is 2 over 5. So let's multiply there, 2 over 5. So it's going to be minus 3p plus 2q by 2 over 5. 2 over 5. So this is going to be minus 6 over 5p, then plus 4 over 5q. So this is our FW. Now let's look at our WH. WH is equal to WO plus OH. I'm taking it from the diagram there. WH, let's go to our diagram. WH, this one, WH is equals to WO and OH, that one. Okay, so you find out our WH is going to be minus OW, because we calculated OW. We once calculated OW, if you remember. So it's going to be minus, we get minus then, minus OW plus OH. Okay, so we get our OW was OW. We can take either of these. I'm going to take which is easy. Okay, so I'm going to take the one that is easy there for me. Okay, the one with the K there. Okay, so I will have here my OW being equal to, it's going to be 3p minus 3pk, then plus OH 2qk there. Okay, oh, it's only for OW, so my OH is going to be equal to plus 2q there. That's my OH there. Okay, then simplifying this, I'll get myself, remember my K is 2 over 5, so I'm going to multiply everything there by 2 over 5. So I'm having 3p minus 3p times 2 over 5 plus 2q times 2 over 5 there plus our 2q there. Okay, let's simplify that part there and see what we get. So we'll get here, this is equal to, I'm going to convert everything to be over 5, so I'll get 9 over 5p plus 4 over 5q, then plus our our 2q there. Okay, so you find out this was my OW without the negative. Applying the negative sign there, I'll get minus 9 over 5 p minus 4 over 5q, then plus a 2q there. That's my negative part there. This whole thing was a positive. Now let's go with our OW there to our question. Okay, so our WH is going to be equal to, if we solve that minus 9 over 5p, we get minus 9 over 5p plus 6 over 5q. Okay, and we said our FW is equal to, minus 6 over 5 plus 4 over 5q. Now let's divide them together using the ratio. FW is equals to minus 6 over 5p plus 4 over 5q all over WH 9 minus 9 over 5p plus 6 over 5q, like that. Okay, now at this point in time, I can multiply everything by 5 over 1 to remove the fractions there. Okay, let's multiply everything by 5 over 1. I will get FW is going to be equal to minus 6p plus 4q over minus 9p plus 6q. And for taking each either scalars there, if I take either scalars, the scalars of p there, you find out 6 over 9 there will give me a ratio of 2s to 3. If I take the q's there, 4 over 6 there will give me 2s to 3 there. And if we go to our diagram, you find out it makes sense that from this point here, let me show you the point. From FW, this is 2, this is 3. This makes sense. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This was the last part of the question. Now we are looking at this question here. Okay, so on this question, they are asking us to find the value of x. The value of x there, what we can do to get our value of x, you should be in a position to find the class width. The class width for this one is 50. For this one is 100. This one is 100. This one is 100. And this one is 50. So to find your frequency density is equal to frequency over class width. The class width that I've just written in blue there. So for our y, we can say y is equal to 380, which is our frequency there, over our class width, which is 100. So we get 3.8. Okay. Then to get our x value, we are going, so this is y. To get our x value, we are saying the same formula there. So it is going to be 1.2 is equal to x over 50. So our x is going to be equal to 50 times 1.2. So our x value is equal to 60. Okay, this is one way of doing it. Another way could be just adding 80 plus 360 plus 380 plus 120. Then you subtract from the total that we are given of 1,000 traders there. Okay, that's another way of doing it. So we have calculated the value of y. Then they are saying what is the state the modal class. So you find out our y value is 3.8. It has got more frequency density, so it becomes our modal class. So the modal class becomes, you can write the class as 200 to 300 there. That's the class. Okay, then let's move on. They are saying a pie chart was drawn using frequency densities given in that table. Then they are saying calculate the angle at the center correct to nearest degree that would represent class of 50 to 100. So you find out the frequency density now. For this one, you add the total frequency density for all of these. Here we say the 3.8. So you add 1.6 plus 3.6 plus 3.8. So if we do that, we are going to get 1.6 plus 3.6 plus 3.8 plus 1.2 plus 1.2. Okay, 1.2 there. We get 11.4. Then you find out for class of 50 to 100, it has 1.6. So 1.6 over 11.4 times a 360 degrees, because a pi has 360 degrees, you get yourself an angle of 50.5 degrees. Okay. Then calculate an estimate of the mean sales for that week. So normally for this one, I would prefer you to use the formula sum of f of x frequencies times the x value there over sum of x there. So this one you can use the midpoints. So for the midpoints of each class, for the midpoint of each class, 50 to 100 is 75, 100 to 200 is 150, 200 to 300 is 250, 300 to 400 is 350, and 400 to 450 is 425. So we are going to use those ones. Then we multiply with our frequency there, 80 and 75, 150 by 360 there. Then we add and we divide everything by 1,000 traders there. Okay, so let's do that. So we are going to get here 75 by 80 plus 150 by 360 there plus 250 by 380 there plus 350 by 20 there, 120, sorry, plus 425 by 60. All is divided by 1,000. So we get here 500 over 1,000. So our mean is going to be $222.5 there. Okay. Then the last part of the question is saying calculate the probability there of that 2 had earnings greater than or equal to. Okay, so when they are picked at random and we are saying it's going to be greater than or equal to, greater than here, we find out that for our greater than, I was rubbing off and it's coming back. For our greater than here, we find out we have, let's see, okay. For our greater than 300, we are starting here. Is 300, it's included. Greater than, that's another part. So we have 120 here over 1,000 plus 60 here over 1,000. So our probability is going to be equal to, 120 over 1,000 plus 60 over 1,000. Okay, so this is going to be equal to 280 over 1,000 and our probability is 0.028. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 9 now is asking us to draw on a graph there. We are now looking at transformation. Okay, so I'll just go through this question and go straight to the answering of this question now. So they are saying draw and label this diagram there. So for us to draw here, we just go to our Cartesian. We are given the Cartesian. It's already drawn for us. So the first point D is 1 to 3. 1 to 3, so my 1 is here and my 3 is here. So it's going to be this point here. That's my D. Okay. Then the next point is 1 to 5. So 5 is here, so it's going to be here. Okay, so this is my E. Okay, then the last point F is 2, 5, so it's here again. Okay, so that's my F. So my triangle is this one in red here. Okay, this is my triangle. We have done the first part. Let's move on to the next part. The next part, they are saying Using transformation, U is defined by that. Then they are saying draw the diagram of the triangle of image of D1, E1, F1. The easiest part that I can tell you is to multiply with D, E, and F. So my D is 1, 3, my E is 1, 5, my F is 2, 5. That's the easiest. So you do your row by column there. If you do your row by column, you'll get your minus 3, 1, minus 5, 1, minus 5, 2. So this is the image that we are looking for. This is your D1, E1, F1 there. Let's draw that diagram. Okay. So drawing that diagram, we get our D is now minus 3, 1. So it's here. Okay, that's our D1. Then our E1 is minus 5, 1. So it's here. So that's our E1 here. Then our F1 is minus 5, 2. So it's going to be here. So that's F1 here. So the diagram is now like this. That's our triangle now. Okay, let's move on to the next part of the question. Okay, I'm now using a different color. The next part of the question is saying we are going to enlarge our DEF using a scale factor of 2. So the easiest part that I can do, we can even, because we are not moving from the center, we are moving from 4, 2. Let's go to 4, 2, and I'll show you how to do it. So the point 4, 2, which is our center of enlargement, is this one. So what you do, you draw lines that come from each point, passing through each point there. Then like this, another one passing through the point like that. Okay, so that's how you do it. The first part, how you do it. Okay, then what you do now, you take your compass, you open one point here. Your dot is your pin point is at this point of 4 to them. Then you have opened one there. You go to this point where you have 1, you open another one, so you find out you are going to have 2 here. 1, 2. So that's the scale factor there, 1, 2. So the F is going to be here. F2 is going to be at 8 there. Okay. Now let's go for our, you open again from here to there. Same distance going up, you find out you will be somewhere here. So that will be your, like your E there. Okay. So I think my E is not really in position. Should be somewhere. It should have been in the position there. My line is not straight. Okay, but it was supposed to come somewhere there. Okay. Then our F, our D, moving 1 here, another 1 there. So that will be D there. Then your diagram D2 and E2 will be like this. That's the enlarged part of your triangle there. Okay, now let's move on to the last part of the question. The last part of the question is saying triangle D3E3 F3 is enlarged by, is shared by a factor minus F. So basically the easiest part that I can do is a shear factor. We can use 1 minus 2, 1, 0 there, 0, 1, and we multiply everything, our 1, our 3, our 1, our 5, our 2, our 5. So we do our row by column. Why you find out this row here is the one that they've said is invariant. It's not changing. That's why I'm using the matrix method. Okay, so we are going to have at the end of the day 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, these are the x values, these are the y values, and we can draw our shear there, and we can have our shear as if I do that, let's draw. Our shear is going to be 1, 1. So 1, 1 is here, and we have 1, 3. 1, 3 is here. And we have got lastly 2, 1. We've got 2 and 1. So our triangle is sheared like this. It's more like it's a mirror, but it's sheared. Okay. Now the last part of the question is saying, describe fully the transformation that maps DEF onto D1 EF1. Let's go to D. Okay, so this one, this is the one that we are looking for. Okay. We are moving from here to here. I can take this. So basically here I've got 90 degrees. So for me to describe fully, I can say this angle is 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So I can say it is rotation in anti-clockwise direction. It's 90 degrees about the point origin or 0, 0. Or else if you want to take this angle here going this direction, you can say it is clockwise. It is rotation in the clockwise direction. 270 degrees about the origin. Then you have finished everything there. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. This question is saying we've got teachers at a certain school planning a trip with their pupils. So we are going to take X as teachers and Y as pupils on the trip. So they are saying they decided that the number of pupils should be greater than or equal to the number of teachers. Okay. Then they are saying, and the number of pupils should not be greater than 3 times the number of teachers. And we are asked to write 2 inequalities. So for the first one, which is the number of students should be greater or equal to the number of, so it's going to be Y is greater or equal to X. Okay. Then the last part, which is 3 times there, you find out we have Y is less than 3x, like that. Okay, then let's move on. We are also given the bus can take up to 60 passengers. Write down another inequality that satisfies that. So if the bus can take up to 60 passengers, so we can say X plus Y should be less or equal to 60 passengers. We are done. Then the last part is talking about the cost. For teachers, it's $4 per person. For pupils, it's $2. The total cost that should be covered by the transport is $120. So you find out we can say 4 by X, which is the teachers, plus the students, 2 by Y, should be less or equal to, the total cost covered should be, we can even use greater or equal to the 120, because we cannot have less money. We should have at least 120 or more than that. So then if I want to reduce by 2 there, I can rewrite this. If I divide everything by 2, I can rewrite this as 2x plus y is greater or equal to 60. Okay, let's move on. Now they are asking us to draw these inequalities. Okay, fine. The first inequality, so let me reduce this. The first inequality was x is greater than or equal to 1. So you find out if I have my x is 0, my y is 10, my x is also going to be 10. So the first one is going to be a straight line going like that. It's not really looking good. Going to be like this, going like that. So this is my y is greater or equal to x, like that. Okay, then the next one is, let me use a different color there. The next one is y is less than 3x. Y is less than 3x. If I say my y is less than 3x, I do my table x, y, 0, 0 is 0 there. If I take x is 1, y is 3. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, fine. So if I take y is 10, this is 30 there. Okay, so it's passing again through the 0 there. When x is 10, this one is 30, so it's passing through this point here like that. When x is 20, it's passing at 60 there. So it's going to be like this. Let's draw it. It's going to be like this. going on like that. Okay, so this is the y is less than 3x. Okay, then the other one is saying x plus y is greater than or equal to 60. Okay, so for this one, I can have my x is 0, y is 0, and I have my 60 here, 60 there. Okay, so when x is 0, when x is 0, y is 60. When x is 0, y is 60. When y is 60, x is 60, y is 0. So it's passing through these points. Let me draw it in a different color. So it's passing through these points like that. Not really good. Yes, like that. Then the last one, so this is my y, my x plus y is greater or equal to 60. Okay. Then the last one is saying 2x. We have got 2x there. Let me rub off this. 2x plus y is greater or equal to 60. So if I do my numbers there, when my x is 0, my y is 60. When my y is 0, my x is 30. Okay, so let's draw this one. So when x is 0, let me use a different color. X is 0, y is 60. So it's that same point here. It's the same point here. Then when my x is 30, this one is 0. Okay, so it's passing through this point like that. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, fine, we have drawn. So even if we did not shade, if we're going to shade, you find out we will shade all these parts here. Like this, like that. This one like this. This one like this. And this one like that. So meaning to say our result is going to be in here. Okay, let's answer the next part of the question. So they are asking us, use the graph, find the least number of teachers there. Remember, we said our teachers are x values. So the least number that we can take off is going to be the number that is here, this number here. So going down, that would be like, if I go down, it's like 14 there. So we can have the least possible number of teachers that we can have is 14. So we can say it's 14. Then the greatest number of people that could go on the trip, the greatest number of people that can go on the trip, this was broken. This was supposed to be broken. This one was supposed to be a broken line because it was less than there, not equal to there. This was a broken going like this. Okay, so for our y values now, you find that for our students, we're going to take a value which is greater there, somewhere at the top here, because we want higher value there. So we can as well take like 50, 40. This is 40, 40, 44, 44, 44. 44, somewhere there, 44. So we can say 44. Either 44, I can even go to, since I know that all my pupils are going to be 60, I can as well use 60 minus 14 there. I'll get my 46 there. So I'm within the range, 44 to 46 there. Okay, it's only that I'm free-handing drawing these things. Okay, let's go to our number 11 there. Find the value of p. So we are going to use this equation here, y is equals to find p. So it's going to be p is equal to x 4 minus x. So my x value, I'm using minus 1 there. So it's minus 1, 4 minus 1. So we get minus 1, 4 plus 1 there. So I will get a minus 5. So it's minus 5 there. Then the last one is saying q. So my q is going to be the same calculation. Q is equal to x 4 minus x there. So my x is a 3 there. So it's going to be 3. 4 minus 3 there. So it's going to be 3 by 1. So I'll get a 3. So my q is a 3 there. And it makes sense. Normally, here we said it's minus 5. Here is 3. You can see I have minus 5 at the extreme, minus 5 there. 3 there, 3 there. That's how you can even tell that you have done something correctly there. Then they are saying we should draw the graph of this one. Okay, let's draw the graph there. Okay, on the grid, let's draw the graph. So the points that we have got, let's draw the graph. We've got minus 1 and minus 5. So I've got minus 1 and minus 5. Minus 1 and minus 5 is somewhere here. Okay, then from there I've got 0, 0. So it's passing through this point. Then from there I've got 1, 3. 1, 3, somewhere there. Then I've got 2, 4. 2, 4 here. Then 3, I've got 3, 3 there. 3, 3 there. And then I've got 4, 0. Okay. Then lastly, 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5. Okay, somewhere there. Okay. Then the curve there is going to be like this. I'll try my best. Should be a cup. Smooth like that. Okay, we are done. Now let's go to the questions. They are saying on the same axis, draw the graph of y is equals to x. The graph of y is equals to x is a straight line. When x is 1, y is 1. When x is 2, y is 2. So it's going to pass from 0. When x is 2, it's going to be 2 like that. So it's going to be passing through like this. Going to be like that. Okay, so this is our graph of y. This is our graph of y is equals to x, and in red that was our graph of. So you must also learn to label y is equal to x, 4 minus x there. Okay, like that. Fine. Now let's answer the other part of the question. It's now saying use the graph in B1 to find the gradient of the curve x at curve x is equals to 3. X is equals to 3. Okay, x is equals to 3. X is equals to 3 is this point here. So what you do, you open you must draw a line, a straight line that passes through the gap that you leave this side should be the same gap there. Then you take extreme value. So I'll take this one and also this one. So this point here is going to be this is my 1.5 and 6, and this is my 4.5 and 0. Okay, so gradient is equal to, our gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. So it's going to be my x value is going to be, my y value is equal to 6 minus 0 over my x value 4.5 minus 1.5. So it's going to be 6 over a 3 there. So it's going to be a 2. That's my gradient because I'm taking extreme values and the triangle that I form is very big. Okay. Now the last question is saying, okay, not the last one. Use the graphs to solve the equation. So you find out the graph is saying solve the equation. This is a combination of two equations. This equation and this equation, we have just equated them. So where they meet, that's where we have the results. So you find out the results there are going to be at these points. This one and this one. So the values are, our x values are 0 and 3. Okay, so that's how we answer that one. So the x values are 0 and 3 there. Okay, that's how we solve that equation. Then lastly, estimate the area bounded by the curve y is equals to that one. Okay, So you find out for that one. Let's see. For that one now, the area that we want is this one here that I'm shading here. That's the area. Normally what we do, you can count boxes. Okay, or you can even estimate. I can estimate this part here and have a portion of this one here and make it one square box. Then this part here that is left here with another one there, and I can even just say it's 2 square centimeters there, or 1.8 to 2 square centimeters there. Okay, square units, we can say square units here, square units. Okay, so that's how you answer that question. Let's do the last question, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we want the area of this one. So you find out you can divide this fraction A, B, and C. Okay, and here we have 5, here we have 5, so here it's 10. Okay, I think it's straightforward there. So here I can say it's 10, 10. Okay, so area of A is going to be length times width. That's 20 times 10, we get 200. For B, 10 times 15, we get 150. For C, it's the same as A, so it's 200. So total area is going to be 200 plus 150. That's going to be 550 square centimeters. They are in centimeters there. Okay, let's move on. The next part of the question is saying calculate the volume of the bar. Volume, it means we have our bar. And we're given that it is 2 meters long here. It's 2 meters long. So when you have area, so volume is equal to area times length. Okay, so area we said is 550 centimeters squared times our length. We're given 2 meters. So 2 meters to centimeters, that's 200 centimeters. Okay, so we multiply by 200 there, and we get our volume as this value there. Okay, that's the volume there. Okay, let's move on. I said squared, this is cubed there. Okay, we are given now density of the bar. So when we say density, density is equal to mass over volume. Okay, and mass, the one that we want to find, mass is equal to density times volume. Okay, so our density is 7800 kgs per meter squared times our volume. You find out our volume was given in centimeters, so we have to convert this to cubic meters. Okay, so you find out 1 cubic meter is equal to this value there, centimeter cubed. So what we can just do, we divide 1,100,000 over 1,000,000, and we get our 0.11 meter cubed. So we are going to multiply here by 0.11 meter cubed. So once we do that, we get our mass as 858 kgs there. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, this is now asking about total surface area. This is going to be tricky, but we'll do it. So the area that we have calculated was for the face of this part here. Okay, and we have two faces, this side and another side here, which will be here because it's a bar. Okay, so we can simply say the 550 we calculated by 2, and we get 1,100 there, centimeter squared. That's for 1. Then we have this part here, which is the top part here, going there to there. So here it's 20 by 200, and we have 2, one at the top, one at the bottom, like that. So at the end of the day, you can say we have got another 20 by 200 times 2, and we'll get ourselves 8,000 there for that part there. Let's go to the next one. The next part there that I'm going to take, okay, these sides here, the 10 these sides, they are 4 and they are times 2 again. This side and that side, okay, they are 4. They are just 4. So if you find out from this point to that point, it's 200, and here it was 10. So it's 10 by 200. So I say 10 by 200 times 4. Okay, I'll get myself 8,000. Okay. Then, so I finished this part here, this part, this part, this part, and this part, and this part. I'm left with these parts. Let me show you. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And there are 4 sides. So it's going to be, these were 5. So these were 5 times length going there, 200 times 4 of them. So when I multiply these ones, I'm going to get 4,000 here, centimeters squared. Then the last part that is left is these ones. And they are 2. And they are also, so they are going to be like, their distance is 15 times 200, which is the length, times 2 of them. So I'll get a 6,000 here. Okay, centimeters squared. So my total surface area is going to be 1,100 plus 8,000 plus 8,000 plus 4,000 plus 6,000. I think I'll get 27,100 there, centimeters squared. So that's the total area there. Okay, then they are saying the bar is coated. Okay, then after being coated with zinc, the cost per 10 square meter is, the cost per square meter is $10. So our 27,100 centimeters squared was in centimeter. We have to convert it to meters squared, and 1 meter square is equal to 10,000 centimeters squared. So I can divide 27,100 by 10,000. I get 2.71 there, meters square. So this is the area in meters. Then to get the cost now, we can simply multiply 10 by this area, and I'll get my $27.1. Okay, so that was the last of it, guys. I wish you the best. See you. Bye-bye. Remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Mobilemaths, and also share with your colleagues. Bye-bye.